all have completed their papers. Now we are going too late, and we are reaching the last session of our conference, that is the valedictory function. I express my hearty gratitude to all of you for your patience listening. Now I request to Prafula Kumar Mahapatra, advisor AOPA, to.
Thank you, Dr.
Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar, Ganesh, and welcome, Dr. Deshpande. Has he arrived? I saw him.
Professor Deshpande has joined. Namaste, good afternoon. Professor Deshpande.
Dr. Deshpande.
He has joined already. His microphone is off. Please unmute. Saraji, please unmute.
Hello.
Yes. He has unmuted.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Nice to see you here. And I think the principal will come.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Principal.
Principal join kaleni?
Okay, let him come. ये गणेश सरोज अच्छी तो
सरोज सर ना
कौन ला तरसे कहीं अच्छा खबर ठीक है Shall we begin?
Lakshman asleeni principal.
Lakshman.
Start करो.
We can start.
Hi, sir.
Okay, Professor Deshpande, Principal Haldar, Dr. Das, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to see a very good friend, a personal friend after a long time, Professor Sarad Deshpande, as our chief guest in this valedictory function. I request our Vice President, Professor G.P. Das, to please introduce the guests.
Thank you, sir. Actually, this 33rd session of AOPA is a distinctive in many respects. Today, another distinction has been added. We have a surprise prize in the form of Professor Sarad Deshpande as the chief guest of our valedictory function. So, Professor Prafula Kumar Mahapatra is our Abhivavak, advisor of AOPA. He is the author of the costliest book on philosophy.
But I have some other books.
I have intended 2 books. Give it to you. So I have already introduced him to the audience. Is very much in his company all the time. They are in contact in between. Our president, respected, he has some technical difficulty in joining. When the difficulty is removed, he would join. Then with us, we have our General Secretary, Dr. Bhaskar Chandra Sahu. our treasurer, Dr. Basant Kumar Das, the local secretary, Lieutenant Dr. Lakshman Patra, the general president of the session is Professor Dhaneshwar Sahu. I hope he is also present with us. He had been there with us for the last 3 days. He must have joined with us. Now about Professor Deshpande, I would say only 3-4 lines for those who do not know him. Saurabh sir has already joined. Welcome, sir. Professor Deshpande was a professor in philosophy at Pune University, Pune. Now the name has been changed. Jyotiba Phule Pune University, I think. After retirement, he became a senior research fellow of ICPR. Then, till recently, he was enjoying the prestigious Tagore Fellowship at Shimla. He is a very refined scholar. Odisha is his second home. He has visited Utkal University Bangalore several times. He happens to be the personal friend of professors of those days and continues to be so after retirement also. I understand that he has authored a book, Philosophy in Colonial India. I have not seen it, but then I hear from Professor S.K. Mahanti that it is a very good book. Everybody in philosophy should read it. So the rest of the things which I have not said would become clear and would be shown by what Professor Deshpande would say to us in this gathering. So thank you very much. Welcome one and all. Pranam. And over to Lakshman. Sir, Chardel microphone, sir. Next agenda take up. Professor.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, Professor Das, for giving this nice introduction of our chief guest of this valedictory function. As per agenda suggested to me by the local secretary, I request Dr. Deshpande to address the gathering, give his valedictory address. Dr. Deshpande, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Visible also.
Hello?
Audible and visible also.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me to this gathering of friends. I have been, as I was told, I have been to Utkal University at Bhubaneswar for several times in 80s and early 90s or 80s and 90s. I was a very regular visitor to Utkal University philosophy department. I was also a visiting professor there for 3 months when I think Professor Mahapatra was heading the department. Yes, and at that time all our appearances were very different. You were not as bald as you are today, and I did not have that much beard which I have today. So this appearance and reality is very much there, a part of our life, one thing. But on this occasion, I would say a few things which have changed my attitude and attitude towards philosophy and understanding of what is philosophy.
Right.
I was listening to some presentations today, very briefly, of course. But I realized that there is no change in our understanding of or reading the text, which was there for all these 30, 40 years. All of us have spent at least 30, 35 years, some maybe 40 years in teaching philosophy and studying philosophy, reading philosophy books. But nowadays, I have come to the conclusion that if we want to do philosophy, then we have to do it entirely differently. We should now stop talking about what our forefathers have said or what some foreign scholars have said, this and that. We should, on the contrary, say something from our own heart. And therefore, I have for last 10 years, not 10, last 6 to 7 years, I am looking at philosophy and I am looking at philosophers through conversations. So if I want to read Plato, for instance, or if I want to read Wittgenstein, for instance, I will not just read the book. I will read it, but then I will, on every line or on every thought of what others have said, I will try to talk to them. I will say, well, you are saying such and such thing, but I want to say something different. So let us discuss. So I am imagining that if I pose a question to, say, Wittgenstein, or if I pose a question to Tagore, or if I pose a question to Plato, what will be his answer to me? So this is the best way, I think, to understand any philosopher than just to reproduce what he or she has said. So with this changed attitude, I am doing philosophy for last 6, 7 years. Now, one of my my project in Simla Institute was, actually it was titled as because when I was talking to Professor Mahapatra some time ago, he said he immediately reminded of Rajendra Prasad's essay on dialogues with God. But then I said, I am different from Rajendra Prasad. I am not Rajendra Prasad. I don't want to copy him. So the point is that Rajendra Prasad is interrogating God as if God is some sort of a criminal and he is to answer the questions raised by Rajendra Prasad, this is not true. I mean, this should not be the attitude towards talking to others. When I talk to you, when I talk to Professor Mahapatra, or when I talk to Saroj Mohanty, I must first understand or try to sympathetic to what he is saying, one. And number two, then with that attitude, I will try to present my own views, and then together, so conversation is the khoj, matlab is the I'm not getting the English word, is the discovery of truth together. So this togetherness is very important in finding out what is truth. What is happening is that we think that Plato has discovered the truth, or Shankaracharya has discovered the truth, or say Aurobindo has discovered the truth, and we are just reporting what they have discovered. So this sort of philosophy is not the activity of reporting what someone else has said. And unfortunately, all our syllabus and all our teaching made all these years have been this kind of reporting. And who is the best student of philosophy? Or who is the best teacher of philosophy? One who gives a very good report, or one who gives a very brilliant report of what others have said. But we have to come out of this. Otherwise, there is no future for philosophy in our country. We must, unless we ourselves become very active in philosophy, we cannot, the subject philosophy cannot progress. This is what I feel, and this is my attitude nowadays towards philosophy. I think this is my Professor Mohanty had told me that I should speak for 5 to 10 minutes, and I think I have spoken for 10 minutes. So, with your permission, I stop, and again I thank all of you. I'm particularly very happy to see face by face Professor Mahapatra, Professor Ganesh Das, Professor Saroj Mohanty, and many young teachers of philosophy in Odisha. I don't find my old friends like Sharad Panigrahi or who were there at that time. Many, I mean,
Aditya Mohanty,
yes.
Jayanti Jagadev.
Kumar Mohanty. Then amongst the younger ones, these two persons from Ravan Shah University. One of them is my student. I forget their name.
R.C. Majhi.
Himanshu Samal.
Himanshu Samal.
Yes.
Samal was there at Pune.
So where are they? Why are they not attending this conference? You please ask them. Professor Mohanty, you ask them why did they not? Why they were not present for that? I have asked this question.
They might be taking classes there. Classes are open now.
We wanted this prize.
Now you
I very fondly, and I also
you are a surprise prize for us. They don't know it.
And I am also I very fondly remember our Tandraji.
Yeah.
Then there was one lady professor, Jayanti Jagdev.
Tapati Maitra was there.
Tapati was there, yes. So that was such a wonderful time. And in those days, I think Utkal University was one of the best university in which philosophy department was very active. And I remember right from 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock, everybody was there. Lots of students were there, and many activities, seminars, everything. So now I think the situation all over the country is not so good for philosophy. Many departments are getting closed. There are no positions filled. But despite all this, I think we must come together. And as I said, I think I written to Professor Saroj Mohanty ki even in these difficult times of Corona, all of you have kept the spirit of philosophy very much alive. And you have not stopped at saying ki we cannot meet physically. So how can we hold the annual session of this organization? So you have not given that excuse. I'm very happy on that. And I think we have to also adopt this new method of meeting together from long distance and make best use of this platform to advance philosophy. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Saroj.
Incidentally, Sarojji, the word that you use today, here now, is the word which the new president of USA has used, America together.
Thank you.
You talk like Biden.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey, for very
Namaste. Thank you. Namaste.
Personal and very intimate kind of way you talk to us and the gathering here. Thank you very much. And I now request Professor Halda, the principal of this college. He has been a wonderful host. So please speak a few words.
Respected
Dr. Hayer has accepted us. He has not just tolerated us, he has accepted us.
welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Respected President AOPA Professor Saroj Kumar Mohanty, Advisor AOPA Professor Prafulla Kumar Mahapatra, Vice President AOPA Professor Ganesh Prasad Das, General Secretary AOPA Dr. B.C. Sahu, Chief Guest Professor Sharad Deshpande, formerly Professor Pune University, Organizing Secretary Dr. Lakshman Patra, my colleague in this department, in this college,
Very warm good afternoon to the galaxy of intellectuals, invited guests, professors, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is a matter of immense pride to share my views about the 33rd Annual Conference of All Odisha Philosophy Association in the valedictory function. On behalf of the institution, I express my deep gratitude to the President IOPA and all the executive members of IOPA for being with us in this conference and enlightening us with their invaluable remarks. It was a great opportunity. For the last 3 days, we have had deep insights into several issues on ethics and society, Indian theories of evolution, history of philosophy, logic and metaphysics, and ethics and social philosophy section. We had scholars from all over India enlightening us in different aspects of philosophy. Today, we are being bombarded by commercialization, which does not care about morality. The society today is faced with an unprecedented dilution of morality. This is the world where we have to make Vedic values relevant and that too convincingly. This is the challenge for all the educated people today. We have to address the present scenario with the help of Vedic ethics. Under the threat of pandemic, we are not able to host you in our college. I regret for that. But the pandemic could not stop us from organizing the conference. Human ingenuity in form of internet has provided us virtual opportunity to conduct this conference, to organize such an event successfully. I once again thank everyone for your contribution and participation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Haldar. Uh, uh, Professor Deshpande, you have given your views on philosophy, current views on philosophy. We are very much acquainted with your personal views. There was a time when we used to meet at least once a year, sometimes twice also, in our seminars and conferences. It so happened on one occasion that we had two seminars and another lecture by Richard Swinburne. Now, on maybe the people were tired of coming to in 1 year several times. So for that Swinburne lectures, we had only 5 people from outside, and those 5 people included Dr. Deshpande.
Dr. Deshpande called them Panchpare.
Panchpare, you just reminded me. Dr. Sharad Deshpande, Dr. Ramesh Pradhan, Vijay Barua, who else were there? They were Panchpare, yes, Ganesh reminded me. But that was also a very useful meeting. And I have got the benefit of being in Pune on several occasions, and Sharad Deshpande has been a very wonderful host. And he's one of the best philosophers of the country. That is one thing I want to assure you, friends. And he got this prestigious Tagore Fellowship at the IIAS in Simla, and very soon we'll be having his conversation style of writing, which came out as a result of that fellowship. Yes, why should we be moral? That is the question which we have been asking ourselves for several times, and even today also. Some of our young teachers raised that question. I have a feeling, I have a feeling that this is a question which should not be asked, because it is obvious that it is like asking why should man be rational? Because asking this question requires that man presupposes that man is a rational animal. And similarly, I have a strong belief, like someone presented a paper yesterday and said that Gandhi believed that man is inherently good. I similarly, I believe that we are naturally moral. This may be a matter of controversy. Some may not agree with that, but I have my argument. Man is a naturally moral, because unless otherwise some external forces force us, we would not like to harm anybody. We would like to speak the truth. We would not like to tell lies and harm others. And when we do that under the pressure of circumstances, external forces, we know that we are doing something which is wrong. We are doing it, but we know that we are not doing that thing which is the right thing. So this is a kind of what you find is, we have man is a rational animal. By that I mean that man, by this faculty, man is capable of knowing the distinction between what is right and what is wrong. But knowing this distinction is not enough. Sometimes we do not, we know what is good and what is bad. You know that oft-quoted statement of Duryodhana, Janami dharma, nasame pravriti, janami adharma, nasame nivritti. We are all familiar with that. Sometimes that also happens, but when we do that, that is because because of what is called weakness of will, and we act against our best judgment. So we know the distinction between right and wrong because we are rational, and there is a spiritual element in us, which is also almost a constitutive element of man, by virtue of which we identify with the right and alienate from the wrong. So when we commit something wrong, commit some mistake, or do something which is immoral, we do not identify ourselves with that. We know that what we are doing is wrong. So this is the way man is a naturally moral animal, and our present concern with the declining of value is because of this. So why we are concerned? Because we are naturally moral. So when you say things happening to the contrary, we become upset. And when you become upset, that shows that we are naturally moral. So your natural propensity to act morally is a great factor, motivating factor for doing things moral and keeping things away from things which are immoral. Now, Professor Deshpande, you said a similar thing about why should we do philosophy and how should we do philosophy. It is not important that what you think. It is important how you think about it. And that is what philosophy teaches us. And that is how you identify yourself with what is good, what is right. And in the inaugural meeting, I also said something to this effect, that it is because we are naturally moral, we are upset and we find that things are not happening as they ought to be, ought to happen. So we kind of get upset, and two types of reactions we may express. We may become indifferent, or we may become rebellious. But being indifferent will not help, and being rebellious will not do also, and to solve the problem. What is important is that we have to find out in our own way, wherever we are, in our own way, we have to find out, we have to do something which is good, and that will gradually. Doesn't matter if your number is, the number of good people is very few, but those few people, if they sincerely try to do something right, then that will significantly contribute to uh, the making of a sane society, to the making of a good society, and to the making of a society which would be away from things immoral, away from the things which are not the right things to do. So we have been doing philosophy in kind of way, as Professor Deshpande also mentioned about it. It is one of the state academic associations which have been functioning very regularly and with a positive mind. Every year we meet, and we meet even in the pandemic. We could find out our way how to meet. And surprise of surprises, this has been one of the most successful meetings, because we have been here sitting and participating in this conference hours together. Somebody, Saroj,
Better than normal. Better than normal meetings.
This has become a new normal. That is, the pandemic has taught us something. So
We have 251.
what is important, that there is something to learn from everything, even from this pandemic. So our effort has been to, at least for once, we meet together, people of the philosophy teachers, students, research scholars from the entire state, and from people who are working outside also. They come, and that has been continuously been done. And I was impressed by some of the young teachers and research scholars who presented their papers so clearly, and on very important problems and defining problems. And that way, Professor Deshpande knows, and I assure you also, this is also going on, and this will go on under whatever circumstances. And I am very happy that Sharad came here, and when his bearded profile has become more impressive, and you now look like a real philosopher, Professor Deshpande. And what should I say about the organization of this conference? The principal and the local secretary, Lieutenant Lakshman Patra, and all the students and colleagues, they were wonderfully, efficiently organized this conference. And you see, I do not want this conference to end so soon. It is that I am saying, my personal feeling is, I don't want to leave this conference. It has been so wonderful. I request, I thank from the core of my heart the principal and the organizing secretary and the students and all the colleagues for having organized this conference so wonderfully well. Thank you very much.
Very well said. Thank you, sir.
And now I think we need to be thanked.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Patra?
Sir, it is your due to your all bless, sir. Everything is possible due to your bless, nothing else.
Oh, you are there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Uh,
Professor,
on,
Professor,
on,
Professor Deshpande should visit Koraput.
yes,
The
sir. Yes,
district
sir.
Jaipur.
Welcome to Koraput.
A lover of nature, you will also appreciate this place. Come with Medha and you will enjoy this place. And now they are your hosts. They would be your hosts.
Sarad, I still remember our visit to Panchagani. Wonderful visit. Okay, Dr. Patra.
Koraput is Kashmir, sir.
Thank you, sir. Respected Chief Guest, Professor Deshpande, respected my teacher, the advisor of AUPA, Professor Prafula Kumar Mahapatra, President Saroj Kumar Mahanti, respected Professor Ganesh Prasad Das, Vice President, AOPA, my guide, my teacher, all the executive members, all the dignitaries, on behalf of my college, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all who made our dreams come true. The 33rd annual conference proved to be the meeting ground for the research scholars, lecturers, and students of philosophy. It was an effective platform to share their knowledge and ideas. It is an association which brings all the philosophy teachers, scholars, and students under same umbrella, where they can prepare the future course of action and also academic platform. What I learned from my teacher, Professor Ganesh Prasad Das, that nothing is difficult if you make of your mind, anything can be done successfully. Curiosity is more important than knowledge because curiosity leads to learn more. Before Corona pandemic, we had zero knowledge about this online conference webinar. But our curiosity to organize this conference makes to grand success. The participants were enthusiastic. I am thankful to all the participants for their attend the conference. We have been fortunate to have some of the eminent persons in the philosophy. I am sure that the participants must have benefited by attending this conference. I am thankful all the office bearers of AOPA to giving this opportunity to organize the 33rd annual conference. I sincerely thankful to Chief Guest Professor S.N. Srivastav and the guest of honor Professor Prafula Kumar Mahapatra for kindly accepting our invitation and gracing the inaugural function. I am also thankful to Professor Sarad Deshpande for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for the valedictory function. It was unimaginable for me to invite Deshpande sir as a chief guest. So credit goes to our president, Saroj Kumar Mahanti, to arrange this valedictory function to a nice person. I am thankful to Dr. B.C. Sahu, General Secretary. He is also motivating me time to time. I am thankful to Dhaneshwar Sahu, General President, Professor Harishchandra Sahu, for his Professor Ratnakar Patri Memorial Lecture, and all the sectional president, all the symposiasts, all the paper readers, they have given justice. That time, if I have done anything wrong, then it was not my intention, it was my ignorance. I once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this conference a successful conference. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dr. LP.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now meeting is adjourned, and we go over for whatever program you have next. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar, Pranam.
Now everything is, goes to President AOP.
Over to Professor Saroj Mahanti.
ভাস্কর আছো না?
Sir, unmute your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Yes.